I'd like to welcome you to my new show. It's called NEYSIAH. And guess what? I'm NEYSIAH. It's spelled N-I-S-A-Y-A-H. NEYSIAH. This show is all about culture, entrepreneurship. We interview recording artists. We have fashion entrepreneurs that come on. We talk about what's going on in the community, politics. Even though I'm not into politics, we even have politicians to come on. We have health experts to come on. This is a roundabout show that is really interesting. So we'd like you to watch. Today I have someone on the show that's really hot, and she's very talented. Her name is Melba Moore. I went to the Black Repertory Theater in Berkeley, and she was performing her very own play. The play was about her life story, and was it ever interesting? I mean, she talked about how she got dogged out by her husbands. Oh my goodness. Wait till you see this interview. Wait till you see her play. Now, she's coming back in the Bay Area. I think she told me in November. I'm not sure. But she's going to come back and do a full-fledged, a lot of people on stage with her type play. This was a one-woman play, and it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And she was so talented and so beautiful. So, if you want to see an interview that's really interesting, stay tuned. We're on Prime USA Television, which is primeusatelevision.com, if you want to see us. This show is going all around the world, said Renard, my producer. So I'd like you to stay tuned. So here's Melba. You talking about fabulous. She hasn't missed a beat. This young lady is dynamic. How are you, Melba?
I'm great.
I cannot believe
NEYSIAH.
you on
Yes.
stage. You are something else.
Thank you.
You know, I've interviewed everybody around the country, all the celebrities for years. I've been in business for 20 years, Melba. And I met you in New York many years ago, but you don't remember, so it's all right. But, I mean, after all these years, you look the same. And this beautiful figure.
No, I don't look the same, but
Well,
I'm not looking bad.
No, you look just as beautiful, really.
Thank you.
So let's get right into the interview. Tell the audience, so we don't want to tell them all about you because you did your whole story on stage. But what prompted you to come back so soon?
What do you mean soon? It's taken me 10 years to get back here.
That was supposed to be a joke. But anyway.
It was. I got the punchline.
But anyway, I'm so happy that you're back because you are really a star in your own way. I mean, you are really a star. I mean, she sings, she can do everything, act. I mean, you're just so talented. You inspire me on stage watching you.
Well, thank you very much. I tried very hard because I thought that, I like to say this time I'm coming back really not as an entertainer, but God has given me an opportunity to do my vocation, which I think everybody has a vocation. We're all called to be saints, and He gives us different things to do. And this time, I think I got the singing under my belt, and I think I got the acting under my belt. Now it's my job to inspire and show why God gave us life and how He likes to use us in different ways. And I think that's my strength and what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to inspire people. I'm trying to be a reflection of who they are in the best that they are by showing the good, great things that God has done in my life.
Well, He has certainly done a lot of things, and you've done so many things. I want to ask you a few things. I watched your stage show last night. Your mother was a great artist, and you work on your own television show with Clifton Davis. How did that feel working on television with him?
Oh, it was marvelous because we were in love.
Yeah,
it was a lot of hard work, as I recall, too, because it just is hard work. You have to work until you get it done, but particularly because we were new at it. And I don't believe that Clifton is trained as an actor either. Neither am I. So a lot of the times, it's almost like being on another planet. It's just plus the cultural differences. You know, what's funny, what's classy, and everything. The black people had not been really thought about as far as television and the media, and reaching that audience. And we were the ones that have to try to be the medium between that, but be pleasing to other cultures too. And that's a great thing about America. But it ain't easy.
No, it's not easy at all. It's only a few of us, Here in the Bay Area, I was really one of the first black women to do celebrity interviewing. So your story kind of made me remind me a lot of things that I've gone through. That's why I came to watch it at least 2 times. I mean, you remind me of so many things I've gone through. The message that I think that you've given the audience and the people out there, which I'd like you to give our audience, is we can struggle, we can have down times, but we can always come back up if we have faith in God.
That's the whole thing, because some people maybe are like I was. You don't have confidence in yourself. And then that's a good thing, because if you find the Lord, or if you let Him find you, you realize, well, you don't have to have confidence in yourself. He made you like you are, and that's fine. But you have to learn how to have confidence in Him. And it's an easy thing, but here in earth, you have so much distracting you and attacking you, and trying to keep you from doing, and they're not anything that you can touch or feel necessarily.
Right.
So this thing of spirit is easy to say, and thank God, because black people have come from slavery. We were always spiritual. That was just a gift that God gave us. We can kind of know what it is, but really nobody knows what the spirit is. So this thing of faith is something that you have to keep working at. And the reason that you know that it's working, especially with somebody like me, because I'm in front of an audience, you guys tell me what you see. Then I say, oh, it's working.
Well, that's beautiful. You can see that in your work too. I think it's so great because God can turn things around overnight. He can make things happen overnight. I tell people all the time, He owns this whole universe and everything in it. So whatever we need, all we have to do is ask Him for it. Now, in reference to your career, where do you feel you'd like to go right now? I mean, you've been everywhere, but what point are you trying to accomplish now?
Well, now I'm a playwright. That's a whole nother
Area of your profession. That's beautiful.
yes, and I'm a businesswoman. And I would venture to say, for instance, I've told my story, and I say now, I had to learn to be a businesswoman. I'd like to see my ex-husband, who is a wonderful, gifted business person, now throw all that aside. Now you got to get up and sing.
Right.
I'm saying it's not easy.
It's not easy.
So these are the things that I have to do now. I have to learn to finish growing as an entrepreneur. I have to finish growing as a playwright, and start creating employment and creating things not just for myself, but for other people.
What I like about what you said on stage tonight, what I got from it, is take control of your career. You fall in love and you put everything in your lover's hands, and it could be very destructive. And that's very good. Sign your own checks. I mean, I learned a lot from just listening to you, because I'm a very trusting person. I've lost a lot by trusting. So when you tell the women out there, the young women, to take control of their careers that are coming up now, sign your own checks, learn business, all those things I heard you say tonight, and that's just so wonderful.
And it doesn't mean that you're not trusting.
Right.
People think that when people abuse you, they always accuse you of not forgiving. But the person never gave anything back. He never asked for your forgiveness, and yet you're not really holding a grudge. You let that go and you go on. But you forgive them, but they're not really forgiven because they haven't restored anything. Some of the things that we need to really know about, I'm trying to reveal too. For instance, when you count your own money and count your own checks, that doesn't mean you're not trusting.
No, it's just you've been intelligent.
Yeah, and if you put a certain structure in place, once you learn that, then nobody should expect you to trust a stranger. I mean, because you're a business person, and every time we do a job, it's with somebody that you don't know. So this is why we have contracts, and you put things in. For instance, I don't know who I'm dealing with, and I'm not accusing them of anything, and they don't know me. So I ask them to give me a deposit so they don't waste my time, and so that if anything happens, it doesn't have to be anybody's fault. I didn't lose money because I got to pay my bills too.
Right. Well, that's wonderful. You learn to be a great businesswoman. I
And
love.
easy. Everybody can do that.
Right. Your mother was a great inspiration in your life coming up.
Absolutely, but only as an artist and a loving person.
Oh,
She wasn't a
beautiful.
good business person.
Oh, okay. What about
But she was a good saint.
okay. What about other stars that you met? Everyone coming up, so many different people. Who inspired you most of all? Outside of your mother coming up.
Well, coming up is one thing, but I think it's more important now, because when you have to recover,
Oh,
you have to have icons that are doing things that teach you then. People like Tina Turner.
Oh, yes.
Okay?
Yes, one of my favorites.
People like Lena Horne, who never lost it.
Right.
Okay?
Right, never lost it. Right.
People like Nancy Wilson, who have always continued to struggle and continue to keep their careers, although it's not very easy. Another one, I'm going to tell you who's brilliant, the Queen. You know who the Queen is?
Besides us, who?
Aretha Franklin.
Oh, yes.
You know she's the
yes.
Queen.
Oh, yes. The Queen is great.
Now, at her stage in life, it's not easy to know how to continue to have a hit record. We all think that it's always the latest flavor on the block. It is that, but that's not all there is. And those who figure out who their audience is, and continue to give them that, and learn how to stay somehow in control of their business, will continue to have the right to do whatever they want to do. Another thing is, we think it's kind of a crapshoot, and you got to be in the right place at the right time. Well, what about Clive Davis? How old is he now?
I heard that. Now that's a very good point. Being in the right place at the right time.
Or Donald Trump.
Right.
He ain't no teenager.
You just have to have that knowledge. I don't think age really,
Exactly.
it's not even about age. I don't believe in age. I think it's all about the quality of your thinking and your mind. Age has nothing to do with anything. I mean, you're ready now to start a whole nother phase of your life.
Right.
I'm ready to start a whole nother phase of my life. So it's not about age. It's about your heart, your substance, and your knowledge.
Absolutely.
And you're doing a wonderful job on stage. I just want to tell you, I got so excited watching her last night. I just didn't know what I was screaming and hollering, and I jumped up.
Too.
I mean,
yes,
yeah.
we love
and
it
I had
when
my
you holler.
girlfriends with me, and they were screaming and hollering. I said, I hope these people are going to think something is wrong with us. But
that's how we people do. You know that.
Yeah, we're very down to earth.
That's our niche market.
Yes.
The screamers.
I'm trying to tell you. And to see a person like you with all your talent up there renewing another career, another phase, becoming a playwright, I mean, it's just so inspiring.
Well, I mean, we have to inspire each other. And I think one of the many gifts that Afrocentric people have, we're spiritual.
Oh, yeah.
That means charismatic,
Right.
Inspirational. We do things like dynamic, No, dudamus. That's the Holy Ghost.
Right. That's right. And I even said hallelujah last night 2 or 3 times.
Absolutely.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Absolutely.
But it was just so beautiful. Are you going to take the play all around the country?
Yeah, what we're going to do, I think, first is Dr. Mona Scott and Sean, who run the Black Repertory Theater, are going to bring me back in November. And they're going to keep me here for several weeks so that I can really stand the play up and keep it up, because you have to be able to do it consistently to work out the kinks.
Do you plan on doing a book form?
I've already written the book. But now what I have to do is get it edited and get it to a publisher.
Okay, so I see a movie coming up after this.
Absolutely, and there's plenty of drama.
Wow. So how's your love life?
Well, my husband is Jesus, okay, so I'm safe.
Sound like, yeah, I understand what you said. Well, that's beautiful. So
he's not going to cheat on me, okay?
That's right. That's right. Okay. Well, give a message to the young ladies out there, because I think they're calling me, and doing all this. It's time for you to go back on stage again. But tell the young people out there really a message that you'd like to send to them directly.
Well, find out who God is. That's very important, because He owns all of this. And
Everything.
You do whatever you are equipped to do, whatever you're talented to do, and whatever you have to learn to do. But remember to put God first, because then it'll unfold. Because you're going to have problems anyhow. But if you leave God out, you may not succeed.
That's right. And He will give you new energy. He will make you like 19 again.
Absolutely, yes.
So, I'm just so amazed over being here with you, because you're one of my favorite artists and talents in the world. When I was with James Earl Jones in New York, we saw you, we met you, but you don't remember. But it was great, and you just look like the same person.
Thank you.
So it's just wonderful. I'm just glad to be here with you.
Thank you.
And I think you're doing a great job here in the Bay Area on stage. And I think everyone should have come out to see it. If they didn't see it, you'll be back in.
I'll be back in November, and thank you for getting the word out, please.
Okay,
thank you.
And thanks for being here. Melba Moore, ladies and gentlemen. Did you enjoy that interview? Wasn't that interesting? I didn't get a chance to really talk with her as long as I wanted to. I had so many things I wanted to ask her, because she's so interesting. She's done so many things. She had her own TV show with Clifton Davis. I mean, she's done so much. So in November, we're going to do another interview with her and try to cover some more things. Now I have another interview coming up. I am the interviewer of the world, the best. Maybe not recognized as the best, but I am the best. So we have a little store, which is downtown Oakland. It's called Underground Treasurers 2. And then we have Underground Treasurers 1. And that's located on 17th Street, which is right around the corner from where I am. I'm at the store where the clearance gallery is. In other words, the way the economy is today, Tina McCree has allowed me to mark everything down so we can afford it. So we're in partners with this idea, and this is almost like a consignment type gallery. But we have a lot of things that are very new, very beautiful, very unique, and one of a kind. So you have to come down and see us. I'm located at 1707 Webster Street, right here in downtown Oakland. That's 1707 Webster, on the corner of 17th Street and Webster. So come in and see me. You'll be surprised. I have some bargains that you can't refuse. Now, Tina McCree has a travel agency also. So we'll tell you a little about the travel agency in our interview. And the interview with her is coming up next, so stay tuned. Tina McCree. And this is the owner, Eltina McCree. How are you, Eltina?
I'm great. Thank you so much for coming by.
There's so much I want to ask you about the two stores. Let's talk about store number one first, and the location, the address, and what it's all about.
Well, I opened the store 17 years ago, and it is at 385 17th Street between Franklin and Webster in the heart of downtown Oakland and in the heart of the financial district. The 17th Street whole saga has been for many, many years. It's always been known as a area where people could come and get their hair done. Matter of fact, it used to be called Beauty Shop Row, and because there were so many beauty shops there, and it's just an area for pamper me. Women come to get their eyelashes and eyebrows done, to have day spa, and some of the best restaurants in the world actually are right there on 17th Street. So it's always been a really great shopping mecca. But now, since there is no downtown Oakland, we have made every effort possible to make 17th Street the heart of downtown Oakland. And it's filled with restaurants, hair salons, nail salons, and wonderful boutiques. So I've been there 17 years.
And the most exciting boutique is Underground Treasures. Now, Underground Treasures has nothing but unique, one-of-a-kind, high-fashion outfits. Tell us about that.
Because I've been in airlines and travel so long, I have had opportunity to travel over the world and make some great connections, and consequently bring some wonderful treasures back to Oakland. And I'm just looking to make sure my ladies, when they go out, they look different from anyone else. My entire thrust has been, when my ladies step out, that somebody will say, "Where in the world did you find that?"
And they do.
And they do. And so apparel and all type of accessories from everywhere. And one of the things that people have been asking is about putting pictures on the internet, and I have not done that because they are one of a kind and you can't order it. There are a few things that you can order, and when ladies are in shopping, I tell them, well, this is something that I can order. But for the most part, it's just what you see and you buy it right then, and that's it.
I think that's so unique because if you miss out, the day you see it, it's gone the next day. I want to tell you that.
Exactly.
What I like about Underground Treasures number two is that we have a discount clearance, I would say, gallery here. And the prices are marked down. So if you can't afford around the corner where Eltina is, come around here where I am.
Exactly.
I'm in partners with her, and we're selling beautiful shoes. And the garments here are also brand new and one of a kind.
Exactly. And then one of the things that I had wanted for a long time was to have a gift gallery, to do like runners and beautiful lamps and mirrors and pillows and vases and crystal. And I saw the opportunity to include the gift salon in with the clothes. And so, sort of what I've done, some of the things are slightly worn, and other things I just took them from the main store and brought them over. They've maybe been there a year or so, and so I just brought them over and marked them down. But I mean, it's just wonderful, and with Nisa being here, I know that this store is going to just turn into a phenomenon. So I'm really glad to have her.
Well, it's going to be very exciting here because we're going to bring like entertainment here on Fridays. We're going to serve a little wine and cheese and crackers.
Great.
We're going to make you feel so at home you think you're at home, right? So this is a place to come. Underground Treasures number two, but we want to go to Underground Treasures one at the same time. So we're going to have a lot of unique things. We have a lot of new things coming in, and the things that are a little worn, the models have worn them because we do a lot of fashion shows. So they're not really worn that much. So don't look at it like this is a secondhand store, but it's not. It's a clearance gallery.
Exactly, exactly. And Underground Treasures 2 is located at 1707 Webster Street, and that's between 17th and 19th. So again, it's right around the corner. And the wonderful thing about it is it's one-stop shopping. Park your car and you can go to Underground Treasures, the main store, and then you can come to Underground Treasures 2, and you can stop and have some lunch in between. And we're looking to do some other things. We're looking to have a wonderful Oakland tea house for you within the next 6 months. And we're just going to turn Oakland into just the wonderful shopping mecca that it was when I came here over 30 years ago.
Now, tell us a little about your travel agency, because she has a travel agency also. And the name of the travel agency
The travel agency is a Travel Moment, and it's housed inside of Underground Treasures, the main store. I've been doing airlines and travel for 43 years, and NEYSIAH has certainly used my services, and probably everybody that's looking and listening has at one time or another had the opportunity to use my services. And what I'm saying to individuals is, when you go online and book, that money never comes into the local community. Yes, you may get $5 cheaper than if you come to me, but we are not circulating that money into the community, and we've got to do that to keep our community up and running. So I do everything: airlines, cruises, hotels, honeymoon packages, theme packages. If you're going down to New Orleans for the Essence Festival, if you want to go over, one of the interesting things I'm doing right now and have just done is, this is the 20th year of Nelson Mandela coming out of prison. And so I just did the tour that went over to walk with Nelson Mandela out of Victor Verster prison on March the on February the 11th, and people just got back from doing that. And then we're doing another major tour that is going to end that whole celebration. So the World Cup, FIFA is in South Africa June and July, and then we're sending over another caravan of people to celebrate Nelson Mandela's birthday on July the 18th. So you need to call me for all these exciting travel packages that I have arranged, and I'm sure the phone number is going to be at the bottom of the screen.
Okay, but you want to say it out loud.
The phone number to a travel moment is 510-625-9407.
I'd like to say that Eltina is really an icon here in the Bay Area. She's really a historical entrepreneur. So I'd like everyone out there listening, please support both of our stores, Underground Treasures 1 and Underground Treasures 2. So we'll have all the address at the bottom of the screen. But please, patronize us. Like she said, we're trying to keep the community going, and we need those dollars to put back into our own community. So please help us. And we have the most beautiful clothes and the most beautiful everything here in both of our stores. So please come in and help us and join us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So you just saw two very interesting interviews on PrimeUSATelevision.com, and they were Melba Moore and Eltina McCree. Now, if you want to be interviewed by a real interviewer, then you need to get in touch with me at PrimeUSATelevision.com. And we're also locally on Channel 7-8 in Oakland. I think it's called Our TV. So we're also planning on going on YouTube, said Renard. We want everybody to see our shows, because we're going to have some really hot shows coming up. And Renard is a recording artist. He didn't say that, but I'm telling you. So we're going to bring him on and do an interview with him, because he has a new album coming out, and it's hot. He sounds better than Michael Jackson. Let me tell you, you got to hear this guy sing. And he's gorgeous in person, too. Wait till you hear him sing and see him, too. Oh, we have some very exciting artists coming up on the show called NEYSIAH. And remember, I'm NEYSIAH. So thanks for listening in and tuning in to us. We have some more really exciting shows coming up with a lot of great people. Oh, we're going to find the best so you can watch these interviews. And stay tuned to PrimeUSATelevision.com. And we'll see you again real soon. I'm NEYSIAH.